Hello again, everyone, and welcome to your next fact of the day. Sorry it's been a few days. It was very, very busy last week. And yeah, it's good to be back doing them, that's for sure. Let's start with this picture. Let's start. Can you name that big tall tower right in the middle there? You should get it, as we've done it quite a lot in the class. Well done. Have you said the Burj Khalifa? What's special about the Burj Khalifa? Well done. Have you said it is the tallest tower in the whole world? So very, very tall. Very, very tall. And a couple of extra bonus points. Can you name the city that you'll find it in and the country? That's a tricky one. Let's see if you know. Well, it is in a city called Dubai. And very well done if you said it's in a country called the UAE, the United Arab Emirates. Excellent if you said that. That is fantastic. So, why have I got the Burj Khalifa up? We've done this before in class. Well, I thought we could look at the second tallest tower in the world today. Thought that would be cool. I didn't know what it was, so I've learnt a lot on this video. I learn a lot on all these videos, but I'd never heard of this one. It is this, the Shanghai Tower. Very, very cool looking building. Big twist up the middle. Very, very recognizable. It's like some big giant has come along and twisted it from the top. Very, very cool. So where is this? Where is the Shanghai Tower? Well, the clue is in the name. It's in Shanghai. Let's go and find out where Shanghai is. You might already know. What country is it in? Have a guess. Have a pause. Have a think. See if you can take a guess. And well done. If you said China, we need to go and find China. Let's go. We start with us right here. And first of all, I think it'd be easiest if you find India. So we'll head across here, past, what's this desert here? It's not the Sahara, that's that big one here. This one is the Arabian Desert. And right here, roughly about here as well, we'll find Dubai. So we're actually passing the Burj Khalifa, which is pretty cool. Anyway, we'll keep going to India, big pointy country pointing to the Indian Ocean. And just above India, you will see this mountain range, which is the Himalayas. And above that, you will be in China. Here we are in China. This is China. And keep heading over to the sea. And this is all China as well. And this little bit up here. So China is this, and up here as well. Very, very, very big country. I once worked with a gentleman who was from China, and he once told me that China is sort of shaped like a cockerel, which is quite a good way of thinking about it. So here's the cockerel's head. Here, it's not so clear on this, the white lines aren't very thick, but if you looked up a map of China, you'd see the outline a lot better. But here's the sort of the head, here's the neck, here's the chest, and here's the body of the cockerel. So that might be an easy way of you to remember the shape of it. Anyway, so where's China? Where's China? Where's Shanghai? Well, if you think of it as a cockerel, it's on the cockerel's chest, right here. Head down from the neck, and just roughly in the middle here is Shanghai. So I'm just going to center that a bit and zoom in. The computer will catch up with me. Go up a bit, and this is Shanghai. Very, very big city. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm going to zoom in to the tower, but unfortunately, none of this is 3D. Google Earth, not everything is 3D in Google Earth, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Because if I were to do this, put it in 3D, and then go up like that, it's all flat, apart from two tiny wee bumps there. So that's not right at all. So it's not in 3D. So it doesn't look It doesn't look that cool, unfortunately. But it shows you where it is, and here is Shanghai Tower here. But I just thought I'd show you where Shanghai is. So I'll just zoom out, put it back to 2D. Zoom out of Shanghai there. So let's go back to the Shanghai Tower. Let's learn a bit about it. Well, first of all, let's look at its height. Now, somebody has very cleverly here drawn in or sort of cut out a photo of the Burj Khalifa and put it right in next to Shanghai Tower in Shanghai, so you could see the size comparison. So here is the Shanghai Tower, and here's the Burj Khalifa. So there's quite a big difference. Just goes to show how tall the Burj Khalifa really is. It's very, very tall. It's over 800 meters. It's about 830 meters. And Shanghai Tower is 632 meters. So there's a good couple, 200-meter difference between them. So, yeah. It's got 128 stories, Shanghai Tower. Let's move on. Here's another picture of it. It's pretty cool. So lots and lots of levels. A story is just another sort of a fancy word for a level or a floor. So the school has 2 stories or 2 floors. It took 7 years to build. So a long time. But if you think about what's involved, it's pretty impressive to build something that incredible in 7 years. I love this picture. Very, very cool. You can really see the twist. And they did that so it coats with the wind. The higher you go, usually the stronger the wind is if it's a windy day. So towers have to be, towers, skyscrapers have to be very good with stopping, falling over in the wind, basically. Wind is very powerful. And this twist really helps with the wind. They actually saved $58 million with that twist, because if it wasn't for that twist in the building, they would have had to use a lot more steel to make it stronger. But just putting in that twist made it stronger without having to buy all this extra metal and steel. So they saved $58 million with that. Quite incredible. How many people do you think you could fit in there? Comfortably, not squished in like sardines, but comfortably. How many people do you think? Well, the answer is 16,000. You could happily have 16,000 people in that building. That is a lot of people in one building. Very, very cool. And this, how how awesome is that? That's such a cool picture. Sort of like a light show. Very, very smart. I just put that one in there because it's cool. Next one. So, you might be thinking, well, that's all well and good, right? They've built a massive, excuse me, a massive skyscraper. Well, what use is it? What do they actually do in these buildings? What's it used for? Well, I've got a cool thing here. So the first floors, it's kind of used for, it's like a big shopping center. There's places to play, very, very cool. Places to go, restaurants, all that sort of thing. So you can wander in and have a real wander about big shopping malls and that. Very cool. As you keep going up, it's a lot of it is offices. So once it was built, the company that paid for the building to be built said, okay, we've got all these wonderful floors and rooms and buildings you can use. Who wants to use them? So companies would say, we do. And then they would have to pay them money to rent out the floors to use them as offices. And if you go up a bit higher, a company, I think it's called J Hotel, decided they want to rent out the 84th to the 110th floor. So right up at the top, well, near the top, just slightly lower than the top. So that's a hotel, and it's actually the highest hotel in the world. And not only that, it is a very, very fancy hotel. Usually hotels, if you're talking about the best kind of hotels, go up to sort of 5 stars. This one's a 6-star hotel. So nothing that I would be able to afford probably ever in my lifetime. Sometimes these super fancy hotels cost, thousands of pounds just for one night. So quite incredible. There are some 7-star hotels out there, but yeah, you're talking serious money there. So this is a 6-star hotel and the highest hotel in the world, right up in the tower. So that's pretty cool. And above that, you've got sort of an observation deck where you can go up and visit, and go into the bottom, go up a lift, and have a very cool look up from the top. So that's just a couple of things to show you what it's used for. And that's a picture of one of the bits inside. I'd imagine this is near the offices because you've got a lot of people in suits and suitcases. It looks like where you would find some of the offices, but they've got all the trees inside. It's very nice. It looks very futuristic, but it's there, and it's now. So very, very cool. But not as cool as this picture. Whoop, that one. Wow. Now this is in the hotel, the fancy 6-star hotel near the top. Looking down through all the different floors, all the way down the hotel. I think down here at the bottom would be like your reception, where you come in to check in and check out and that sort of thing. But here you can see all the different floors looking down. Very, very cool picture. That one, had to put that one in there. So that is the Shanghai Tower. Thought you might like to learn about that one. Just a couple of extra things. Here's Shanghai. Now, Shanghai is the largest city. It's got the biggest population of any city in China. So is it the capital city then? No. Capital cities don't necessarily have to be the biggest cities. Take Scotland, for example. The capital city of Scotland is Edinburgh. But Glasgow's got more people living in it than Edinburgh. But doesn't mean Glasgow's the capital city. Edinburgh is, because that is where the government is, where they make all the important decisions about how to run the country. So that is why Edinburgh is the capital city. So Shanghai is not the capital. That belongs to Beijing. And here is a picture of Beijing. Beijing is the capital city of China. It's a very big city as well. Mega cities called Shanghai. I'll go back to it as a mega city. So if you have more than 10 million people living in a city, it's known as a mega city. There's a few of them in the world, not many. And we've got one in Britain. Can you guess what it is? It's London. London is growing pretty quick, and it is, I think a few years ago, it became a mega city. So more than 10 million people living there. Almost twice as many as the entire population of Scotland. So pretty mental. And lastly, so there's Beijing, capital city of China. And lastly, I just thought it'd be interesting because I came across this. You might be wondering what on earth this is. This is the Kingdom Tower, or the Jeddah Tower, sort of two different names. And as you can see on the right here, it's currently being built, but it's had all sorts of problems, like sort of money problems and all that sort of thing. So I don't think anything's happening with it right now. It's just sort of sitting there waiting to be built. But once it's built, it will look like this. This is just a computer image, but this is what it will look like, and it will make the Burj Khalifa look very small. If this gets built and finished, which hopefully it will, but it might not. You never know if the money runs out. How can you build these things? If it does get finished, it will be the new tallest building in the world. And if you think the Burj Khalifa is about 830 meters, this will be over 1,000 meters tall. So it'll dwarf the Burj Khalifa. So that's worth keeping an eye on in the future, and see whether that gets finished or not. Kingdom Tower, or the Jeddah Tower, and that is in a country called Saudi Arabia, which I'll just very quickly show you. That'll be our last thing. I'll just leave Shanghai Tower. We'll leave China. We'll leave Beijing. So I'll just stop it there. I'll just quickly show you. Here is Shanghai, and Beijing's just up here. just further north in China. But where would this Kingdom Tower be? This Jeddah Tower? Saudi Arabia. Is there a clue in the name that could help us find it? Saudi Arabia. Arabian Desert. We passed that earlier. Aha! Here it is. The Arabian Desert. And this is where you will find Saudi Arabia. A very, very large country. Takes up most of the Arabian Desert. You can see the border around here. So that is Saudi Arabia. And it's in that country that possibly the new world's tallest building will be being built. Okay, right, I hope you enjoyed that one, and we'll see you next time. Bye.